When somebody writes that in a script, it just screams off the page, hire Jim Carrey. When I got into it, no one was quite sure about what I was doing, choosing Sonic as my next project, but there was something sweet about it. There was something really kind of touching and lovely about this, adolescent type character that's just coming into his power and enjoying all the wonderful, stupid things that are in our culture and the pop culture, and just really loving the planet like none of us do anymore, It just gave us that feeling of innocence. That was a perfect opportunity for me to be that guy again. And I seem to run into those characters quite frequently. They're offered to me a lot. The ones that are completely mad, the ones that are absolutely self-loathing and compensating for it with some false sense of confidence and superiority. That's my specialty. When somebody writes that in a script, it just screams off the page, hire Jim Carrey. There's a madman in the hills. He needs something to do, somewhere to point his megalomania. The process is really kind of just rapid fire, try everything, give the director so much to work with. So many levels of emotion, so many levels of cartoon. Some are fairly real, some are completely over the top, so that they can make the music happen. And that's kind of how I feel about it. I love giving them lots of choices and doing a lot of takes, and I'll do them all night if they let me, because I'm never satisfied, hardly ever. I generally look back and go, the second take. You'll do like 30 takes and go like, oh, I had it on the second one. But, you never know what you're gonna get. But when it's right, it's right. And sometimes on those later takes, you get one little snippet that's otherworldly because you're so tired or you're so out of your mind that you drop all pretension and you do something that you don't even expect, and that's really fun, really fun. It's bigger than I thought it would be. It's deeper than I thought it would be. Robotnik just gets bigger and bigger. I'm a big visualizer, big affirmation guy, so the joke about the secret in the movie is basically my life. So a couple of years ago, I was thinking, I'm, mid-50s, and it'd be nice to kind of settle into some character that is a franchisable character, but that moves and morphs and has some place to go. He's not always the same, And what happened was Robotnik, who is constantly becoming more and more of an ego and more bitter about not somehow being able to control these puny minds that always seem to get the better of him. And I've met people like that, so that's an interesting area to play. There's a deep world there if you want to explore it, and you can invent it, and you can travel in the places that people are expecting, and they gotta have what they expect, in a movie like this. They gotta see the things that they grew up with playing, and it just makes them feel at home somehow. It's like coffee, brewed to perfection. We're seeing more of the characters now come to life. We're seeing the war between the characters that were in the video game. And of course, Robotnik will always be the monolithic beast of need and hatred. But, it's wonderful to see all the other characters come to life. The relationship between Tom and Sonic gets stronger and more maudlin, because people need that. They need it. It just gets bigger and better, In this universe where all these superhero movies are existing and everything, I like this place. I really like the world this Sonic character inhabits. And I really like it. I think it's different, and it's innocent, and it's got all the special effects and all the wow, but it's also got this very light thing going on that's just kind of sweet and homespun. And I sound corny, but the idea of families hanging out together and watching the movie and the adults having something that they can take away from it, that means a lot to me. Certainly, when he hears about the power of Knuckles, and then he hears that Idris Elba is doing the voiceover, it's a daunting task to dominate this character, but that's what he must do. He must use Knuckles' power to his own gains. Knuckles is a reasonable person. You know, he's a ruffian, he's a warrior, but he has a code. So he's surprised by Robotnik's lack of code. I've had a long career, thank God. These movies I've done reintroducing themselves to new generations of kids. So I get, you know, a 50-year-old coming up to me telling me how much they love a certain movie, and I got a 10-year-old coming up to me and saying they've just started watching all of my movies, and that's an incredible blessing. I just can't believe it. It's what I asked for, what I asked the universe for, and I certainly got it. I certainly got lots of it, and I'm super grateful to have more of it with this film, you know, that this is going to be something kids are growing up with. It's a lovely place to be. It's a great place I inhabit in the world, and I'm super grateful for it.